ladies and gentlemen. My name is Susan Schneff. I am the proud vice principal for our 9th grade for Mustang Academy, and I want to welcome you to what we estimate is our 34th annual Distinguished Academic Awards Dinner, give or take a year or two during the pandemic. So welcome back to the Westmount. At this time, I'd ask you to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll pause for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I think only appropriate that right now we pause for a moment for peace in our world. Thank you. You may be seated. So here we are, back again. We have made it. Tonight, the Clifton High School administration, the Board of Education, faculty, staff, and the entire Clifton community are here once again to celebrate 827 of Clifton High School's finest. That is how many students qualified for this dinner tonight. And for those of you who are good at math, I understand that's about 25% of our student population. I don't know, I was a history teacher, I estimated, sorry. But I think it's fabulous. We see our students, we, the administration, staff, we see our students every day. And every day, they are on a journey. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to move forward in their educational journey. These students worked beyond the challenges that were put before them and never gave up on themselves. There is a collective inner strength that bonds all our students here tonight. It is seen in their performance on our athletic fields, our stages, our classrooms, and their contributions to the Clifton community. It is the knowledge that wherever and whatever is put in front of them, they will work together collectively to solve the problem and make our community better. The support network that is here for them tonight is vast. So as we honor our students, we also salute their families who have guided them and guided our honorees on their journeys to academic excellence. It's not been an easy road for many, but we as educators know that there is no greater joy than seeing a child who has worked diligently and persistently, and they succeed. I would like to thank Mr. Leo Weissmantel, who greeted us all in the lobby this evening with his wonderful musical skills. He's the best. What was great was he was serenading us as we were setting up at about 5:45. It was wonderful. So, the students being presented here tonight have maintained an 89.5 average in 3 of their last 4 marking periods. So that's 3rd and 4th marking period of last year, 1st and 2nd marking period of this year, and for our freshmen, it's 1st and 2nd marking period of this year. This dinner was conceived over 35 years ago by the administration of Clifton High School under the then leadership of Mr. William Canisi, and a series of staff, parents who realized we needed to recognize all the beautiful things that were happening here in Clifton. We are honored tonight to have with us Dr. Danny Robertosi, our Superintendent of Schools, the administration of our district, members of the Board of Education, Mr. Hamda, our principal, my fellow administrators, supervisors, and members of our faculty. We are especially honored to have with us tonight our guest speaker, Dr. Christina Atiyah, who is a member of the class of 2006, who is going to share with us what has guided her in her journey since the halls of Clifton High School. So before we get all the way underway, it's time for housekeeping. The WEP committee and the Westmont staff request that we keep this front area on either side of the dais and in front clear for food service and movement. There'll be plenty of opportunities for pictures when we're done. We like to keep the banner up for you at the end so you can come up and take family pictures. We all know that as your child is getting their award, you want to snap that perfect picture. And as we do it, we realize that if we're sitting over there or there, our camera's here, yes, I am demonstrating, and there's 20 people behind you. So please just be conscientious for the people around you. We also want to let you know that there are 1,163 people here tonight. So quiet conversations will sound like the planes that go over Clifton to Teterboro every day. So if we could just keep those conversations to a minimum, there'll be plenty of time during the dinner service. You can catch up with people you haven't seen since Clifton Stallion soccer. It'll be great. Now, the last is, we ask that as we call your child's name, as we call them up by grade, that you please hold applause and cheers, because everybody wants to hear their child's name pronounced and said with the glory and the gusto that it deserves. So please, we'll wait till they're done. We will line all the students up by grade around the outside of the room, and that way we can applaud them all together. So, I'm going to ask that we also silence the villain in our lives. That is not my phrase. I heard it on a podcast the other day, and I love it. Let's silence it. How often these days do we get a chance to sit in a glorious room like this? That was good. That was timing and I didn't plan it. No, seriously. How often do we get the chance to sit in a glorious room like this, all dressed up, and enjoy each other's company? So let's turn this off and let's enjoy the next couple hours. So, last but not least, we ask that you stay for the entire program. We have a group tonight who have been eligible for this award for 4 years. When I spoke to the students at rehearsal, I reminded them that this is what they should be striving for. And there's a beautiful ceremony at the end that we want you all to be here and to witness to. So at this time, it is my honor to introduce a past academic award recipient and the principal of Clifton High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ahmad Hamda.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to our annual Academic Awards dinner, an evening that celebrates not just grades, but the perseverance, resilience, and commitment behind them. Tonight, we honor the students who have achieved the highest academic distinction at our school, those who have earned distinguished honor roll not just once, but consistently. That kind of excellence does not happen by accident. It's a result of countless hours of hard work, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. I want to take a moment to introduce my fellow high school administrators and supervisors. I have all of our vice principals here, Mrs. Schneff, Mr. Keegan, Mr. Waka, Mr. Kozier, Mrs. Rogers. And of our supervisors, we have Mrs. Hempel, Mrs. Bergman, Mr. White, Mr. Vienna, and Mrs. Jager. Your support and leadership and dedication help shape the foundation on which student success is built. Thank you for always pushing our school forward and believing in the potential of every one of our students. I'd like to tell a quick personal story because today's a great day in my life because I got to do something that not many people my age get to do. I got to see my mother graduate from college today. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that it's important to share because it shares some things that are important to all of us today. Because it's a story about a parent and a student, the two groups of people that we have in here today. As a parent, what did my mother show? She showed sacrifice. She delayed her dreams by 40 years in order to make sure that we got what we deserved, that her children were okay, that they were educated before she was, that they were successful before she was. And that's true success on her part. And as a student, it shows remarkable resilience. It shows unwavering dedication and perseverance. It shows that the pursuit of knowledge has no age, no deadline, and no limit. And it shows that it's never too late to learn, and it's always the right time to grow. So to our parents, I know your kids don't say this enough, but thank you. And I wish my mother was here today to hear me say this, because I'm speaking to her when I say this. Thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for delaying your dreams to make sure that you raise a generation that is going to build a better future for us. So thank you, parents. Round of applause for all of our parents in the room. And to our students, you didn't get here by luck. Each and every one of you worked your butts off. You sacrificed nights, you sacrificed sleep. You did everything that you could so that you don't settle. None of you settled. And settling would have been the easy thing to do, because I'm sure a lot of you would have been able to get by and do just fine with minimal work. But you said no, that you wanted to be excellent. And in the pursuit of excellence, you have been successful. So congratulations. Let tonight serve not just as a recognition of what you've accomplished, but as a motivation for everything still ahead of you. Keep reaching, keep striving, and keep being the best version of yourself. Congratulations to all of you. We're so proud of everything that you've done, and I'm even more excited to see what you will do. Now, if you would all help me in welcoming our valedictorian, Alexander Jakimovich.
One, two, okay. Welcome, everyone, to the CHS 2025 Honors Awards Dinner. It's great to see everyone here, from returning seniors to new freshmen. No matter what grade you might be in, if you're here tonight, that means you worked for it. I know personally that it can be difficult to juggle college admissions while also managing schoolwork. If you're a senior, you probably know that experience, and if you're not, well, you have something to look forward to. In any case, whatever you have going on in life, whether that be sports, a job, or just dealing with family, you still put in the time and effort necessary to make the honor roll and be here tonight. So I hope you'll be able to reap some of the rewards of your hard work. Enjoy the food, have some fun with your friends, and be proud of what you've accomplished. It wasn't easy. Now, to all the seniors in the audience, best of luck wherever you go, and I hope to see you once again at graduation. As for everyone else, I'll say this. You'll find opportunities everywhere in life, but rarely will they be as easy to find and take as in high school. Take advantage of that. Join clubs, meet new people, and don't be afraid to reach out. No doubt a large number of you already have, even so I think it's good advice. While you shouldn't overextend yourself, don't let fear dissuade you from trying new things. Try something new. Maybe you'll meet a friend, maybe you'll win some awards, or maybe you'll just get some life experience out of it. No matter what you get, CHS has no shortage of opportunities waiting to be taken. So why not take them? Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. That's another Clifton guy gonna make Rutgers really proud. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to ask our 9th graders to please report to the lobby. If all our 9th graders would report to the lobby, please. We're going to give them a minute because this is their first time, but they were great at rehearsal. So as our ninth graders make their way to the lobby, I've been in this district a few years, few years, and I have worked with many superintendents throughout my career, but I have never worked with one who has this passion for empowering students in their life's journey like this man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Danny Robertosi.
I'd like to do that one more time because that was fantastic. Thank you, Mrs. Schnepp. Good evening, distinguished guests, families, and students. It's a true privilege to be here with all of you tonight. We celebrate more than just academic excellence. We celebrate, as Mr. Hamda said, perseverance, dedication, and the mindset that drives success, not just in school, but for the rest of your life, ladies and gentlemen. Students, if you are here tonight, you have laid a foundation for success for the rest of your life. But no one makes the journey alone. So to the families here tonight, thank you. Thank you for supporting these students and having belief in these students. Every student needs someone to believe in them. At home and at school. Honorees, students, take a quick moment just to look around this room. 1,100 plus people from different backgrounds, different experiences, some athletes, some artists, some musicians, some lifelong Clifton residents, and some newcomers. Yet you all share one powerful trait. You make education a priority. You face challenges. You never gave up. You face setbacks, and you never gave up. So as Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. Each of you chose to rise above obstacles, and that choice has brought you here tonight and will no doubt benefit you in the future. Congratulations on behalf of the entire Clifton School District community on this achievement. We are proud of you, and we look forward to seeing what you achieve for the rest of your lives. At this time, it is my great honor to introduce our Board of Education President, Clifton High School alumni, Mr. Alan Paris.
Thank you, Dr. Robertosi. I'd like to introduce some board members that are here with us this evening. Our Vice President, Commissioner Anthony Santiago. Commissioner Judith Basford. Commissioner Joseph Canova. And Commissioner Tanya Suarez. Welcome, esteemed faculty, proud parents, administration, honorable commissioners, and most importantly, our exceptional Clifton High School Distinguished Academic Award recipients. As the president of the Clifton Board of Education and a proud CHS, class of 1977 alumnus, it's an honor to be here and to recognize and celebrate your achievements. My heartfelt congratulations go out to each of you. Your dedication, hard work, and learning allow us to celebrate not only your academic achievements, but also your commitment to being your very best. No one achieves success alone. Behind each and every one of you being honored tonight are the people who believed in you, your parents, guardians, teachers, coaches, counselors, and mentors. Your success is a reflection of their love, their guidance, and their unwavering support. They challenged you when you needed it, lifted you when you stumbled, and reminded you of your potential when you might have doubted it. As we're here to honor your academic achievements, I urge you to remember that success is not solely measured by grades and test scores. While important, they're but one factor in the equation for your success. Character, integrity, and empathy are equally vital components. Ralph Waldo Emerson, an American essayist, philosopher, and poet, once wrote, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Your character is your mark on the world. It leaves behind a legacy far more enduring than any achievement or accolade. Abraham Lincoln once said, "Character is like a tree, and reputation like its shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing." Remember that true success is not measured by what you accomplish for yourself, but by what you contribute to others and the world around you. Congratulations on your academic success. I'd like to end with a challenge to you all. A challenge to continue to be lifelong learners and also uphold the values of integrity, honesty, and respect in everything you do. Let your character be the tree, not just a shadow. Through your words and actions, leave a lasting legacy of good and inspiration to others. Thank you. I missed one commissioner, Commissioner Richard Mejia. Thank you, everyone.
He neglected to mention that he's the father of a former Distinguished Academic Awards recipient. So that, having done this now for over 30 years, we are getting alumni as parents. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But as we get our freshmen lined up, I just want to share with our upperclassmen, we have a gift that as educators, people in other professions don't understand. And that gift is we get to watch our students grow up. Now, there are some of you in this room who are now juniors and seniors who may remember freshman year. You may have had a seat in my office for temporary time, but you can now look back as an upperclassman and say, I did this. In a few moments, we're going to introduce our 9th graders. And what I ask my upperclassmen is this: even if they're not your sibling, even if they're your neighbor, if they're somebody you take the bus with in the morning, if there's somebody you play in one of our rec leagues with, never forget where you came from. And when you had those struggles freshman year, sophomore year, remember the people who stuck with you and beside you, and make it your goal to now work with those who are younger than you to help them get to where you are. You are an amazing, amazing group of young adults, and you have so much to offer this world. We often hide our heads in that electronic device. Open your eyes and see the beauty of the people around you. Sit back and enjoy. We'll be back with you in a few moments. So as we get ready to bring up our 9th graders, now you guys know the world's a little topsy-turvy right now. I'm going to say it that way. I'm going to keep it polite and leave it that way. So couple months ago, I asked Mr. Hamda, we were looking at the gift to give you tonight, compliments of the board. Thank you, Dr. Robertosi and Mr. Shahada, we appreciate that. And we were looking at gifts and we found this great gift, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is. So we could customize it, we ordered it. Don't worry, you'll get it. It is sitting, no exaggeration, on a boat in Long Beach, California, at the port. And yes, it's because of a tariff. I kid you not. Believe me, did I need to deal with this the week of the dinner? No. So what happened was, our vendor, who we've used forever, Sitsu, I hate to tell you this, but it's stuck on a boat from China. I went, no, don't do that to me. Well, actually it is. But it is in US waters. They have to determine what the tariff's gonna be, and then we will get them to you when they get to us. So you're not gonna get your gift tonight, but you will get your medal and your certificate, I promise. So with that said, let's start for 9th grade. If I could have Mr. Shahada and Mr. Santiago and Mr. Keegan to assist, and we'll get ready for our 9th graders.
Where do I say it, sir?
Okay. So, just to go over, we are going to call all of our 9th graders up. They're going to come and get their medal. They're going to get their certificate. And then they are going to follow Mr. Vienna around the outside of the room. We are going to hold applause, we're going to hold cheers until everybody is set. Please say that someone's phone. My life is not going well today. Thank you. Okay, appreciate that. All right, there we go. Mohammed, you ready? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mustang Academy's Distinguished Academic Award recipients. Mohammed Abdelatif. Hold applause, please. He does deserve it, I know, but let's just hold him. Lilian Adabo. Denzel Aguila. Mina Aborzi. Ariana Alfaro. Dylan Alfonso. Saja Akatib. Annalise Alvarado. Valerie Angarita Acosta. Allison Avila Velasquez. Cameron Aviles. Sharon Axel Pano. Matthew Baez. Mayada Barges. Nathan Barrigan. Logan Bartlett. Stephen Bedoya. Ishil Bravo de Dios. Larissa Carranza. Bryant Carvajal Vargas. Sophia Hutchborski. Jaden Clavel. Ashley Cruz Sepulveda. Carol Shapunsky. Monica De Silva. Andrew Davison. Shane De Los Santos. Isabella DeVita. Jenna Eichhoff. Raytaj El Said. Carlette Estrada. Matthew Fuentes. Darius Garcia Septimo. Melanie Garth. McKenna Gonzalez. Sherlyn Gonzalez. Nailani Gooding. Julia Grabowski. Maria Jose Guapacha Ramos. Adriana Guillen Delgado. Tamara Guzman Cordova. Sean Leonard Ha. Ryan Hamilton. Layla Hatcher. Sophia Hernandez. Joshua Herrera Rivas. Philip Plavitz. Kevin Hoxa. Layla Judah. Sterling Kimball. Evangeline Knight. Antonia Kormus. Madison Kravitas. Sydney Kravitas. Victoria Kurta. Victor Kutnaria. Michaela Laspada. Kaylee Leal. Sarah Leal. Michael Loney. Angelica Lopez. Leah Laura. Kayla Mangiris. Franco Marcelo. Rayhana Bell Marquez. Andrew Marshall. Stella Martinique. Vidi Mehta. Jill Mystery. Yamiris Molina. Melvin Montez. Sophia Mora. Casey Mullen. Jenna Navarette. Mallory Nichol. Jack Najalik. Angelia Ortega. Raul Ortiz. Leomar Ortiz Rayada. Tiago Ovale. Ethan Padilla. Sophia Palacio. Eric Partica. Francisco Perez. John Perez. Gennaro Quispe. Ranish Rana. Stephanie Raras Ventimilla, Abigail Rasher, Adriana Rodriguez, Diego Rodriguez, Thomas Rogers, Juana Rojas Delgado, Allison Rouse, Casper Rashidlo, Janelle Santos, Amy Sarmiento, Nathan Smith, Julius Smalt, Melanie Sobstill, Shailene Soto, Julia Surlich, Mariani Tavares Almonte, Isabella Vasquez Cristostomo, Sviastad Vereshashkuk, Matthew Zaradsky, Julia Zybora. See, this is when I feel like the proud mom. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mustang Academy Academic Award recipients. Woo! Okay, if my freshmen would return to their seats, please, and if my sophomores would make their way to the lobby. Now, as we line up our 10th graders, if I could indulge you as you start your dinner. Our students can tell you not only how many days we've been in school, but how many minutes, but I won't go that far. We finished the 159th day of school today. Yes, that deserves applause, because we're almost there. So, outside of our students who absolutely positively know everything that they have done through this year, the only other people who know how much stuff our kids have done are our moms and dads. And probably the guy who fills their gas tank or charges their car. At this time, let's take a minute for the moms and dads, and the grandparents, and the aunts and uncles. Your children's achievements are because of you. In a school as large as ours, it is very difficult to keep track of everything your kids do. I looked at our school calendar for 1 week, and this is what I saw. We had 17 club meetings. We had 12 sporting events. We had practices. We had service organization meetings going to various areas in the community. We had concert rehearsals. We had band rehearsal. We had events that Mr. McConey and Ms. Huster's crew were out filming. We had study groups for AP. We had academic competitions. We had preparation for the art gallery. And honestly, I think I missed a few. What I'm asking you to do, students, over the next couple days is just reflect on everything that your mom and dad have done. I always thought it was great that this dinner fell between Mother's Day and Father's Day, because it's a true tribute to all of those who help you out. So a round of applause for our parents, folks. Woo! If any of you adults had the opportunity to walk through Clifton High School on a given day, you would see approximately 50% of our students are wearing some type of Mustang swag. Whether it is for a sport, whether it's Mustang Pride, whether it is simply a club or organization they belong to, that says a lot. Last summer, my husband and I were traveling in Phoenix, because that's what you do in August. You go to Phoenix, 118 degrees. But there I was, and he was in a meeting, and I just ran for a walk down the street. I was crazy. I had a Clifton shirt on. I had my Clifton Pride shirt that Student Council sold. A woman who was, if you've ever been to Phoenix in the summer, and I love the city, but I don't recommend it, but they have cooling stations set up, which are little tents with fans and big buckets of ice cold water that if you get too hot, you stop. Well, the woman running the cooling station said to me, "My father went to Clifton High School. Is that the one in New Jersey?" True story. Turns out the father was one of the first graduates when Clifton High School was on Colfax Avenue. So wherever you go in this world, wear that swag proudly, because you never know who you're gonna meet. So bear with us for a minute. We're gonna get our sophomores in, and enjoy your dinner. It's time for the sophomores. You know, we have, I don't have to tell you, we have amazing kids. And I want to thank the woman who makes sure that the rest of this community knows how amazing our kids are, because too much bad stuff gets out, but she makes sure that all the great stuff is out. Can we have a round of applause for Miss Samantha DeRose, please? You can be mad at me, I don't care. Miss DeRose is awesome. She is at every event. She takes care of us. She's amazing, and I am eternally grateful. So, Nora, you ready? You got this. You got this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you our sophomores, the class of 2027. All right, here we go. Noor Abdallah. Jolie Abdelnour. Lilian Almazdor. Valeria Agudalo. Luann Aragon Ramos. Vivian Augustowitz. Natasha Aviles. Alexandra Bartnick. Emily Bautista Hernandez. Emma Bitar. Ivana Brusena Hernandez. John Buell. Kira Celeste. Mia Cruz. Nicholas Cruz. Emily Cuba. Natalie Delgado. Jade Diaz. Gabriela Diaz Delgado. Chelsea Dorvalis. Marissa Giegel. Mina Ilyas. Nicholas Esparanacilla. Rachel Filete. Bria Flourishmond. Shane Gader. Shika Gandhi. Melissa Garth. Catalina Gomez. Peyton Greenaway. Sophia Grillo. Nada Guevara Cedillo. Angie Herrera Gorduno. Yasmin Hamidi. Zoriana Aholchuk. Tiana Robachovka. Helmi Hussein. Ariana Iachia Durand. Fariha Jahan. Krupa Jarawala. Naja Ijbara. Caden Kennedy. Claire Kim. Antonina Kishel. Ellen Coe. Nicholas Kowalski. Kayla Kozel. Willow Lore. Adam Lopes. Joseph Lopez. Lucian Elijah Lynn. Ethan Martinez. Maj Marshall. Angelica Minowich. Sanat Mode. Christopher Mora. Adriana Morales. Analia Mojica. Robert Neeston. Esrelita Oragula Womanoncho. Juliana Pilato. Rhea Palmer. Jasleen Kenya. Jaralyn Peralta. Jessica Ochuchik. Abigail Province. Vanessa Ramos Alvarado. Leslie Rivas Unsiwe. Natalie Rojas. Celine Rosario. Hannah Celine. Bilal Samo. Kayla Sanchez. Gianna Sanchez Ferreira. Kamisa Scharschmidt. Angel Sarah. Evan Shepley. Adrian Soltis. Michael Suarez. Daniel Sayed. Sophia Sayed. Brian Shirley. Haya Tesfai. Asia Treasure. Aiden Valenzuela. Kimberly Valente. Jacqueline Vargas. Maria Luisa Vaz. Kayla Ortiz. Andres Phil Martin. Jaden Walker. Ibrahim Wakad. Ekiana Westfield. Brisa Zamudio. Sophia Zeisel. James Zuniga. Joseph Zuniga. Maxim Zurowski. Ladies and gentlemen, the class Okay guys, have a seat with your folks and enjoy some dinner. Over the course of 34 years, we have seen families be part of this dinner. We have yet to top a family that graduated 2 years ago where the parents came for 14 years in a row between all their children. We haven't topped that one yet. I have one on the horizon, but we've got some work to do on the young recipients. But we'll talk about that in a moment. So, here we go. 34 plus years. And what this dinner represents is tradition. It's the tradition of Clifton High School. So with that said, we have families like the Nyquils, the Syeds, the Pilatas, the Zaborskis, the Ortegas, and the Zunigas, and probably got another 15 that I don't have enough time to mention. They have made this dinner part of their family tradition. So here's what I'm going to ask. Students, if any student here tonight is being honored with a sibling, please stand up. If you and your siblings are being honored here tonight, please stand up. Oh, come on, we know there's a lot of you. And look down there too. This is amazing. Okay, you guys have a seat. Now, next, any student being honored here tonight whose siblings have been honored in the past. Maybe they graduated, maybe they're graduates, but they've been honored in the past. You stand up. Okay. Now this is the part where I feel old. I hate doing this, but I love it. Any parent who's here or staff member who was an academic award recipient, would you please stand up? I know there's at least 3 here. Mr. Honda, you need to stand. Mrs. Rogers, you need to stand. Mrs. Nyquil, you need to stand. Ms. Davidson, you need to stand. There we go. There we go. How awesome is this? I feel old, but it's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, enjoy some dinner, and we'll be back with you in about 15-20 minutes. Now, anyone who knows me or has ever been in my office in the East Wing knows that everything is organized on most days. Everything is color coordinated and tabbed, because an event like this, Mustang Academy, PBIS, you got to keep things straight. So I have the file cabinets, I have the things in it, and over time I've been, clearing things out as we get more electronic. So every couple years I ask some of our staff members who have been in the building a while. We're always looking for someone to keep that list moving for our guest speaker for academic awards. And all I'm asking, to be eligible to be the guest speaker, you need to have graduated high school more than 10 years ago from the night of the dinner, and you need to be in your profession. And you have to have been an academic award recipient. Okay. So I'm going through my files, and I find this piece of paper. It is from 2013. I know you graduated by then. It is in the great Florence Calisa's handwriting. She was the head of our counseling department before Mrs. Bergman. It's dated October 24th, 2013. And it says, suggested by Kathy Brock. Any of our parents here who went through Clifton High School know she was a legacy in the math department. Suggested by Kathy Brock as guest speaker. Well, it took me a few years, but you had to get out of med school, so it brings us to tonight. Now, there's something beeping and it's not me. I don't know what it is. Okay, so where do you start describing Dr. Christina Attia, her high school career? I could start with the fact that as a high school senior, she was quoted in the New York Times, Google it, she comes up, advocating for Clifton Public Schools in their fight to build the new school building, which started as the annex on Brighton Road for the high school and the Aspire program, and now we all know it as CLB. I don't know about you seniors, but how many of you have been quoted lately in the New York Times? Just saying. So that gives you a little bit about Christina. In 2006, when students at Clifton High School were still walking outside between classes, yes, in the pouring rain, because the new walkway was not built yet. We didn't have the annex yet as for the freshmen. We still had some freshmen taking classes at the Boys and Girls Club. Student IDs were 5 digits. Some were 4. I remember if yours was 4 or 5. Yours was 4. Okay. The high school experience was similar, but still, it was a little different. So, in 2006, Christina Tia was about to embark on her next phase of the world. While she was in the high school, she wrote for the school newspaper we had called The Hub. She was a member of Academic Decathlon. She was a representative at Girls State. She was in, I can't tell you how many honor societies. Most of them were in science, but also national. She was our mayor on Officials Day, if I did my homework correctly. If not, you had your picture taken with the great Mayor Anzaldi. You were a community advocate. You volunteered at Clifton Library. You volunteered at St. Mary's Hospital. You were voted most likely to succeed. Oh, and by the way, she was the valedictorian for the class of 2006. So it seems right that she's quoted in the New York Times, just saying. So, from the halls of Clifton High School, Christina went across the Hudson River and went to Columbia University and majored in biological sciences. From there, she came back over to the Jersey side, where she attended UMD-MJ Rutgers and began her medical school training. And she finished her residency in anesthesiology at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. She is now part of the Northern Valley anesthesiology team at Englewood Hospital. Her accolades as a physician are as notable as her accolades when she was in high school. She has set the benchmark for what high school students strive to be. Her high school yearbook quote said this: "If you eliminate the impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, is the truth." Now, mind you, that quote is from Spock from Star Trek. But I'll tell you this, she's a Mustang through and through. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you Dr. Christina Tia.
Good evening, everyone. First, a thank you to Mrs. Peters for allowing me to be here tonight. It's a great honor. I was just telling everyone how many teachers I remember being so influential to me during high school, and they really shaped my entire life. First of all, congratulations to everyone for being here. Being part of this awards dinner means you've already proven you can work very hard, stay focused, and push yourself. I want to talk to you today about something that will actually matter far more than grades or talent or test scores: discipline. I think this is beeping. Yeah. Oh. Let me start with a simple idea that not everyone may agree with. We should not rely on motivation. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and goes. It's like a spark. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. If you wait for motivation to strike, you'll spend a lot of time waiting and not that much time doing. Think about preparing for a final exam, the kind that's worth a huge part of your grade. You might feel motivated the first day you sit down to review. You've got your highlighters out, your playlist going, and you feel unstoppable. But what about the third day? What about the seventh day? What about when your friends are all out and you're home reviewing equations and analyzing chapters from a book that you don't even like? That's not motivation anymore. That's discipline. The majority of things we do in life waking up early, staying up late, studying, practicing, even having hard conversations, we don't do because we feel like it. We do them because we have to. Because the alternative, failure, regret, missed opportunities, are worse. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is the ability to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up on the days when your motivation is nowhere to be found. It's brushing off the excuses and doing the work anyway. My father always told me, nothing great happens suddenly. Give your best and let time do the rest. And time only works for you when you're consistent. Let me say something I believe with all my heart. If you have discipline, you will get everything of what you want. If you don't have discipline, you will get nothing of what you want. It's really that simple. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. Discipline brings freedom. It sounds like a contradiction, but it's not. When you're disciplined, you are not a slave to your emotions, your laziness, or your distractions. You are in control of your life. When you build habits and structure into your life, you gain freedom from stress, from chaos, and from the constant struggle of trying to catch up. Think back to that final exam. If you've been disciplined, reviewing every day, doing the practice problems, asking questions, you walk into that test room calm, you're free from panic because you've earned it. But if you've only relied on motivation and it ran out a week ago, you walk into that room full of regret. That's the difference. Think of discipline as a furnace and motivation as fireworks. Motivation is loud, exciting, but short-lived. Discipline is quiet, steady, and powerful. When I was in college and med school and residency, I was fortunate to be surrounded by many successful people. Athletes, entrepreneurs, physicians, creatives. They didn't have everything in common. Some were loud, some were quiet. Some were naturally talented and some were not. But they had two things in common, all of them. They had discipline and they were consistent. Not one of them was perfect. And I'll tell you something, perfection does not exist. Waiting to be perfect before you start something is just another excuse to not start. It's common for people to be enthusiastic. What's not common is for people to have endurance. Discipline is that endurance. It's what carries you when the initial excitement fades. You won't always want to go to practice. You won't always want to study. You won't always want to wake up early, stay up late, or do the hard thing. But if you can do it anyway, if you can be consistent, even when you're tired, bored, or discouraged, you will outlast and outperform nearly everyone else. So how do you build discipline? A few years ago, when I was preparing for the fourth and last part of my anesthesiology board exams, I had 3 kids and I was working full-time. More than enough distractions and excuses to get me out of studying. But I had to study, I had to pass. So I achieved the level of discipline I needed with 4 simple steps. First, I started small. I didn't jump to studying 5 hours a night right off the bat. I started by reviewing a little after each shift. There's a method that I employ called habit stacking that I've always found to be very helpful, where you build one habit on top of another. For example, right after I got home, I would just spend 15, 20 minutes reviewing the things I had learned or memorized that day, and every day built on that. Second, I made studying into a non-negotiable. By the time my head hit the pillow that night, I could tell myself that I had memorized or reviewed what I had to do that day. Third, I tracked my progress. Momentum builds when you see how far you've come. I had a schedule and I stuck to it. I wasn't perfect, but I made sure I was always making progress. Last, I forgave myself quickly when I got off track. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about bouncing back quickly. One missed day does not define you. What matters is the pattern. Family, health, work, and other commitments will always be there. And sometimes you just have to adjust and be flexible. And finally, remember this. The world does not need perfect people. It needs people who show up, people who follow through, people who are dependable, steady, and grounded. That's what discipline gives you. So the next time you don't feel like doing the thing you know you need to do, pause. Don't wait for the motivation. choose discipline instead. Because in the long run, motivation might help you start, but discipline is what helps you finish. Thank you again, and congratulations on all you've accomplished.
Thank you for the wonderful speech. On behalf of Clifton High School and the Board of Education, we'd like to present this plaque to you. It reads, "With grateful appreciation for serving as honorary guest speaker at the Clifton High School Distinguished Academic Awards Dinner, thank you for being such an inspiration to the students of Clifton High School."
And her husband just added, "and you're a great mom." So a round of applause. Thank you again, Dr. Attia. So many of you know that for years and years, I have always quoted a wise woman. We lost my mom this summer, 6 weeks shy of her 97th birthday. And for many of you in the room who know me and have the pleasure of knowing my mom, she was always the font of wisdom, whether you wanted her to be or not, but she was. So this past fall, as my sisters and I were cleaning out her house that she lived in for 56 years, we found 56 years of memories and stuff. And not that Mom was a hoarder, because she wasn't. But after 56 years, there's a lot of things. So we decided to sort everything into 4 piles: toss, sell, keep, treasure. Now, Mom had treasures from our youth saved. My mom raised 5 girls. There wasn't a lot of money. She made our clothes. She saved the ribbon from my first communion dress that she made and had it labeled in an envelope that said, "Susan's first communion dress." She saved all the cards that we made her for every holiday and had them labeled on the back whose it was and what year. She saved the news articles when my sisters were in high school and I was in high school, from our sporting events and our theater events. Now, we also found out that Mom saved some other things that she thought we would use one day, like 3 old Yellow Pages phone books, okay? Not that she needed to look up a number, because I have to say at 96, she was still tech savvy. She had her iPad. She knew what she was doing. But she thought we'd need them if we ever had to boost something up, okay? She had 400 address labels. You know, the free ones you get because you make a donation to someone. We were selling the house. We couldn't leave them to the people, but we had 400 address labels. My personal favorite is she had 7 boxes of 100-count Bounce fabric softener sheets. Now, I know there's a couple people in this room who knew my mom and knew she was what we would call a depression baby. She was raised in the Depression, which meant you never used a fabric softener sheet only once. You had to use it 5 times. And my sisters and I, being the sarcastic ones that we were, used to write the number on it every time we used it. "Okay, Mom, I hit 5, I'm throwing it out." Well, she haunted us afterwards and left us 7 boxes. However, I now say to the parents here, have you ever carefully thought about what we hold on to for our kids? Now, I know we all save things in our house. My house has pens. I don't know. My husband goes everywhere and he gets a pen. I don't know. But what's really important to hold on to? And what do we save for ourselves versus what we're saving for our children 30 and 40 years down the road? I think we hold on to treasures to let our loved ones know how important what they achieved or what they did, how important it was to us, and what it held in our life. So as you decide whether you're going to keep that program from tonight for 25 or 40 years from now, just think about it, because who's going to be having the enjoyment? I know I love seeing the Guys and Dolls playbill from when I was in the chorus in Nutley High School many years ago, because Mom saved it. At this time, I'm going to ask our juniors to please report to the lobby. Again, we ask that you hold all applause so everybody can hear their child's name, and when we're done, we'll do the round of applause for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to present to you the class of 2026 Distinguished Academic Award recipients. Jenny, you ready? Okay. Jenna Alawi. Yelizaveta Alexeyenko. Jenna Alnator. Daniela Altador. Cecilia Arsa. Isabel Arellano. Brian Aratoma Santillan. Malak Awada. Melina Benardchek. Caden Bean. Louis Beristain. Rosanna Bogiv. Alyssa Bracken. Amanda Bracken. Christina Berguglio. Leah Brown. Christian Cabanilla. Sebastian Camacho. Ella Carlo. Lucas Chen. Andrew Chioda. Brianna Chiodo. Jalen Chinar. Bradley Claudio. Maura Coleman. Gianna Colon. Massimo Colucci. Kaylin Crowley. Sharon Cruz. Mariana de la Cruz Concepcion. Haley DeSaro. Malik Dlopolsky. Joshua Durante. Zoe Eichhoff. Gabriela Esperanacilla. Wilson Estrella. Isabella Figueroa. Hannah Francis. Michaela Francisco. Brian Franco Contreras. Ryan Gallagher. Haley Garcia Lescano. Elaine Garcia Pena. Andrew Gonzalez. Manan Entwala. Nadine Judah. Zachariah Khan. Camilla Quis. Aiden Kowalski. Jordan Kulesa. Kevin Lynn. Elizabeth Martinique. Shadira Matthias Jean-Philippe. Tappan Mystery. Ureli Molina. Anna Monahan. Michelle Moreno. Andrew Nawai Swan. Nathalie Nava Castaneda. Zachariah Najim. Nicholas Norez. Ariel O'Rourke. Christopher Olivo. Jordan Ori. Sophia Paez. Adriana Pilato. Yami Picado. Judah Portillo Del Val. Ian Raganundan. Trevor Rasher. Sydney Reed. Graciela Reyes de Jesus. Armani Reynoso. Gabriela Ricoy Alvarez. Jose Rivera. Nathalie Romero Vera. Nino Rakaya. Haya Syed. Alexander Santiago. Luis Segura Resi. Andy Shapillo. Nikita Shekstikin. Alexis Smith. Benjamin Smith. Fiona Smith. Anthony Stella. Brianna Thrio. Liliana Velez. Valeria Velez. Cameron Villanueva. Mahi Bias. Trinity West. Josephine Zagorski. Daisy Zuniga. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2026 Distinguished Academic Awards. If the juniors would take their seats and the seniors would go to the lobby, four-year seniors stay put, juniors to their seats, seniors to the lobby. Not to get sentimental, but I know what I'm doing 1 month from tonight. I think on June 20th, I'm going to be at Clifton Stadium and we're going to have a graduation. Woo! We have now entered the weeks, as we call it. Mom and Dad, Mom, I need a dress. Mom, I need an outfit. Dad, I need a new shirt, because there's something almost every night. And it's a moment as chaotic as it gets. Moms and dads, enjoy every second of it. So again, as we call up our seniors, moms and dads, please just refrain from clapping and applauding so everybody can hear their child's name. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior recipients for the class of 2025. Leanne, you ready? Leanne Abdelatif. Gina Abdel Noor. Reem Abu Ramilla. Rayan Ahmad. David Ian Alib. Brandon Allen. Michelle Alvarado. David Alvarez. Jocelyn Angomas. Basebe Arce Wamani. Abdullah Aref. Chase Avalon. Jacob Barahona. Nicholas Baharona Morales. Anthony Bells. Gabriel Blanco. Jasleen Bonilla. Carolina Camacho. Aiden Carasquillo. Haley Casserly. Stephanie Castro Carranza. Janae Catala. Adrian Copiano Ramash. Aldene Cornel. Valeria Cuervo Marin. Morellis Delize. Anae Evans. Maral Farhan. Jasleen Felix. Ariane Francisco. Kelly Franco. Andrew Gibney. Ty Gleason. Vania Gutierrez. Jocelyn Hernandez. Angel Herrera. James Waman. Olivia Irala. Stefan Ivanova. Shad Jabbar. Ann James Moreno. Serene Khalil. Stephanie Kubanov. Elian Lafontaine Medina. Elizabeth Latorre. Kenny Lynn. Emily LeBou. April Martinez. Maya Massel. Andres Medina Molina. Victor Minetto. Maxwell Macedo. Hala Mohammed. Jude Motabe. Thomas Nichol. Ebeneid Ortega. Luciana Polato. Camila Pardo Hernandez. Aryan Patel. Alyssa Pollock. Kayleen Perez. Gianna Pinto. Onamika Raman. Biur Rana. Arman Rasuli. Marvik Reyes Salas. Serenity Reynolds. Melanie Rivas. Tristan Rivera. Natalia Rodas. Gabriel Rodriguez. Rachel Rodriguez. Grace Romano. Andrea Romero Vera. Daniela Rosales. Omar Rosario. Esmeralda Rosario Duran. Nehemiah Ruiz. Anthony Residlo. Jamelia Sanchez. Gabriela Satsabal. David Silva Rodriguez. Diego Torres. Joncel Vasquez. Anna Laura Vaz. Dana Yepes. Roman Zarowski. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior recipients, class of 2025. As our seniors take their seats, four-year seniors, meet us in the lobby. So, as all of us know, social media has a page for everything. And there's a lot of educator pages out there, and some are funny, and some are sad, and some are reality, and sometimes it all comes together. But one of the pages that I follow had a question posed. And it said, if the walls of your school could talk, and mind you, this is the high school educators page. If the walls of your school could talk, what would they tell you? What are they seeing? Now, the responses ranged. Common answers were a lot of cursing, a lot of yelling, a lot of crying, depending upon the time of the year. Oh, and by the way, the crying was not just from staff, just so you know. What the latest TikTok trend was. But then it went into, it would hear a lot of kids helping their friends out. It would hear a lot of kids talking about their futures. So I thought and pondered for a moment, what would the walls of Clifton High School say? Well, they would tell us about the friendships between students of different nationalities, that friendship would not be accepted in other parts of the world other than where we are. It would tell you about students helping friends when their families are going through a hardship. It would tell you about how our kids chip in for the community when we have food drives and things such as that. It would also hear on how people were doing on Mr. Rogers' latest assignment, or the new soccer play that Coach Lembrick had, or the shelters and the food pantries that Key Club was involved in, or the new music Mr. Stepneski or Mr. Weissmantle was introducing, or how many kids were going to the unified basketball team game. If these walls could hear what our kids are saying to them, maybe we need to listen harder to hear what our kids are saying, because at the base of all of it is, our kids are talking like a Mustang. Now, as this next and last group gets ushered in, this is the group who qualified for this dinner for 4 years, which means they had an 89.5 average for the majority of their high school career. It is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, with the same caveat that we keep it quiet till we hear all their names, because you guys have been awesome about that. But I present to you the 4-year senior recipients for the class of 2025. Ava, you ready? I've done this for 4 years. This is our last one. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Ava Acuna. Hamid Aftab. Errol Aguirre. Mohem Alasri. Lujane Alamari. Jonathan Avancena. Ryan Boudou. Juan Castrillon. Renata Shishkevich. Alara Sinar. Ella Corchado. Emily De La Cruz. Mia DeVita. Declan Einecker. Angie Elgiro. Jalen Estrada. Olivia Fadil. Justin Fearon. Kimberly Feliz. Ernestina Fierro. Tanaz Gafour. Zuri Gonzalez. Jake Guida. Lorna Harvey. Aaron Hatcher. Chelsea Huang. Maratita Holochuk. Brian Hoxa. Alexander Jakumovich. Gianna Kennedy. Manor Khan. Evangeline Kohler. Isabella Latorre. Ashley Martinez. Carla Mejia. Fabiola Mejia Rivera. Aaron Miller. Alexa Miller. Yasmin Mills. Bhumi Mistry. Samantha Motel. Brianna Moyes. Caroline Mozo. Miranda Munoz. Nyla Negron. Leslie Naira. Yusef Now. Lamar Olive. Nathaniel Phillip. Casey Pimentel. Seth Porcelli, Ariana Ramos, Om Rana, Kendall Reed, Aiden Riley, Jalen Rivera, Audrey Rodriguez, Ryan Sanchez, Francesca Chavone, Kennedy Shepard, Delara Simsek, Sarah Syed, Jade Teo, Jose Torres, Kaylee Torres, Caitlin Villegas, Emilia Wilk, Rulan Yassin, Nazli Yildiz, Wayam Yusuf. Ladies and gentlemen, our four-year recipients for Distinguished Academic Awards. You may return to your seats, and I turn the microphone over to Mr. Hamda.
Good evening, everybody. So one of our final traditions of the night is for us to formally and for the first time introduce our top 10 for the class of 2025. Yeah, that's applause worthy for sure. So I'm going to call out the top 10 from order of 10 to 1. All of these students are exceptional students, and when we say that the difference in GPA is marginal, I mean by fractions of a point. So there is truly little difference in the excellence that these students have shown. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Everybody, we will clap for them at the end. But again, when I call your name, please stand to be recognized. We're going to start with number 10, Angie Elgero. Number 9, Ryan Boodoo. No, remain standing. Remain standing. Guys, top 10, I need you to stay standing. Come on, you guys are the top 10, you can handle this. Number 8, Aiden Riley. Number 7, Om Rana. Number 6, Virali Jarawala. Number 5, Yasmin Mills. Number 4, Lamar Olive. Number 3, Caroline Mozo. Our salutatorian, Chelsea Wong. And our valedictorian, Alexander Jakumovich. A round of applause for all of these incredible young men and ladies. It is now my honor to invite to the podium our salutatorian, Chelsea Huang.
Good evening, everyone. As we come to a close, I would like to take a moment and extend our sincere gratitude to the school administration, the Board of Ed, our superintendents, principal, vice principals, and all the dedicated faculty and staff. Your leadership, commitment, and tireless efforts provide the foundation for our success, and tonight's celebration would not be possible without your continued support and guidance. To the family and friends who have joined us, thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement. Your dedication has played an instrumental role in the success of these outstanding students. To our students, tonight is a celebration of your hard work, your dedication, and your relentless pursuit of excellence. You have earned every accolade and every moment of recognition, and we are all incredibly proud of what you have accomplished. But let this just be the beginning. While tonight we are here to celebrate your achievements, it is essential to remember that success is a journey, not a destination. As you continue on this path, I urge you to stay focused, continue working hard, and most importantly, never lose sight of your goals. Perseverance, determination, and passion will carry you far, just as they have brought you here tonight. So once again, congratulations to each and every one of you. Whether it is your first time being here or your fourth, we are so proud of what you have achieved, and we look forward to seeing all the incredible things you will accomplish in the future. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Another one of ours, Rutgers bound. Thanks, Chelsea, that was awesome. All right, you know there's one last thing we do. If all our, I'm gonna get emotional. If all our seniors and your parents would please stand and place your child's medal that they received tonight, either around their neck or on their lapel, because 1 month from tonight, you'll be doing it again. As we all embrace this moment, I just want to say thank you to Dr. Christina Attia for joining us tonight. Thank the staff and everyone here at the Westmont. And ladies and gentlemen, have a safe ride home, and we'll see some of you next year. Thank you and good night.